Check, check.
Do one more time.
Mm-hmm. Sounds pretty good. It's picking up a lot of volume. We're not on now, right? Oh, hey, we're sound checking. I'm Rakas Ron. Getting ready to start this one off. So, 3.5 minutes till Derby time here. Let me run down the rosters for you for this wonderful matchup we have between Wasatch Roller Derby and Rocky Mountain. See, Wasatch Roller Derby is the Midnight Terrors, a league founded in 2008, a member since 2010. Currently, they are 1-2, ranked 45th in the WFTDA. Roster is as follows: Carpe Jugulum, Obliterator, Riot at ya, Penny Slain, Bruiser Ego, Chiquita Wham Bamya, Reckless, Super Smash Brawler, Smashly, Triple X, Sookie Slaphouse, Orange Crusher, We Smasha, and Ole Chole. Now over to Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain Roller Girls are the 5280 Fight Club. The league was founded in 2004. They are original WFTDA member. They are 2-3 this year, ranked 46th in the WFTDA. Skaters today are as follows: Kiki Diki, Jersey Whirl, Havoc, Mars Furiosity, Fiona Grapple, Martinez, Whiskey Ginger, Harper Bazaar, Rippin' Rooster, Love Hurts, Assault and Peppa, Violet Assaults, Coyote, and Make You Pay. Interestingly, Coyote is back this year. It's been 7.5 months since major ACL surgery. She experienced that injury at playoffs last year, and that was quite a rough one. But now back in top form and ready to perform here at BESTERNS, of course hosted by Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain last year placed 7th in D1 Montreal with a 1-point win over Detroit. And up next for Rocky Mountain is ECDX, and that is June 23rd through 25th. So they've got one coming up right after this one. Should be fantastic. Crowd here, we have a hometown crowd going nuts, so the largest applause of the day so far right here for the start of this matchup. Very excited to see how this breaks down. If you've been tuning in, you know we've had an amazing day of roller derby with 5 big upsets in the rankings. So the first 5 games of the day is, as you may have heard, and I'm going to break down some of that for you. I did a little announcer math to sort that all out, and I'll be giving you all the details of that later. So very, very entertaining. Mars Furiosity will start off on the jam line for Rocky Mountain. And it would be Ole Chole for Wasatch Roller Derby. They are off and running. Derby time here in Denver. Ole Chole fighting the front wall of Denver. Assault and Pepper bracing, holding steady. Now they've got the pushback and cut track. Knew that was going to be a cut track once I saw Assault and Pepper dive backwards. So Assault and Pepper, big props to the veteran, original member of the team since the very beginning here. So Mars Furiosity ferociously fighting in this pack. Chest to chest, nice work. Good strength in the upper body and legs there. Mars Furiosity to fight through this Wasatch line. These two teams should be fairly evenly matched. according to the rankings, 45th and 46th, Wasatch and Rocky Mountain respectively. Mars Curiosity is through and 5 in the sky, so effective work. We've got Ole Chole back in. Coach is signaling to Mars to go ahead and call that off. Already picked up some of the points. No sense in risking. So 4 more. Rocky Mountain jumps out with a 10-0 lead to start it off. And here we go, back to action. We've got the aforementioned Coyote jamming here against Smashley. Coyote fighting hard on the front end. But coming through for lead jammer, Smashley. Coyote getting close in there, but the jam called off. Three points picked up there by Wasatch Roller Derby. Only 3 minutes have elapsed in the game. We are on Jam 3. Very loud in here, by the way. Chanting Rocky, 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 fight, fight, fight. If you can't hear that for yourself, which you probably can, we've got Havoc for Rocky Mountain and Sookie Slap House. Sookie's going to pick up lead. Meanwhile, Havoc right on Sookie's tail. And neither one pick up any points. Very close, though. Race to the pack. That was a little risky as they were neck and neck and had blockers in the back of the pack for both teams. Harper Bazaar for Rocky Mountain, Ole Chole for Wasatch Roller Derby. And that's going to be Harper Bazaar picking up lead. Fans here going nuts. Harper in, calls it off. Didn't get the hips around many of them. It looks like 2 being thrown into the air. Make that 3. Now we've got Smashley once again in, taking on Mars Curiosity. What a fight in here. This is some intense roller derby. It's going to be Smashley coming out first for Wasatch. Mars following half a track behind. Smashley gets in there and calls it off. Rocky did get in for 2 points, where Wasatch picked up 1. Didn't have that call off soon enough. It's 14-5. in favor of Rocky Mountain with 24 minutes remaining. Wow, Coyote powering through right away. Suki caught up in the pack. Now knocked to the outside with that jammer star in the hand. Now Coyote knocked down to the inside of turn 2. Both packs grinding in the far straightaway. Suki through on the initial pass. Meanwhile, Coyote being directed to call it off by Coach Necromancer. We've also got Coach Rooster, Mr. Rooster, working over in the corner. Third base coach. The cheering in here is deafening. Can't even hear my own self-talk when they're doing the Rocky cheer, especially. So now Ole Chole for Wasatch and Havoc for Rocky Mountain. Havoc trying the outside now. Dodging around. Goes out of bounds, but is that a cut track being called by someone in there? Yeah, cut track on the Rocky Jammer Havoc. So a good opportunity here for Wasatch to make up some of the point deficit early in this one. Ole Chole looking for room. Hit to the inside by a Salt and Pepper, but recovers and stays in bounds for 5 more. Ole Chole in the mix. 4 blockers up front, braced 3 wall, now down to brace 2 wall. Havoc is back from the box. Digging up front, two to beat up front. Now 3. Both teams doing a good job with the tripods and braced walls. This looks like D1 level of play here for both of these teams. Nice work by Havoc. It's twisting around the outside. 5-5 on this jam for Ole Chole and Havoc. $25 for Rocky Mountain, 15 for Wasatch. 20 minutes remaining in the first half, and oh my goodness. It has been a crazy day of Derby here at BESTERNS. Everyone here is just all happy about it. Smashley, bump to the outside. Rippin' Rooster powering up the middle, getting some separation on the front end. Wasatch bridging now. Brace 2 wall or tripod out front. Rippin' Rooster trying to rip through it. Now 2 more to beat as Wasatch bridges out double. They've got her recycled back in. Just Rooster just attacking the front, picking up lead to the great satisfaction of this crowd. Ripon Rooster continuing to roll. Yeah, stingy defense, as the house announcer just pointed out. But now jumping through it is Smashley. Initial pass, but damage being done here, throwing 5 more in the sky for Ripon Rooster. And being directed by Necromancer to call it off. So 35-15, Rocky Mountain over Wasatch Roller Derby. This is so intense. This one might come down to endurance, but look at that. Mars Furiosity powers through, picking up lead for Rocky Mountain. Suki still working on that front wall. Mars so quick, jumping from inside to outside around the pack. Coach says roll right on through, and bam, big hit on the outside. That was by Fiona Grapple. And a direction of gameplay now being called on 57. Oh, 357 Martinez. So a 9-point jam takes Rocky Mountain to 44, Wasatch 15. Ole Chole and Coyote. Ole Chole in the blue, Coyote in the red. And that's Coyote again. Looking good after that ACL surgery, so only 7.5 months post. And now twisting around the front of the pack. Getting 4 more points to extend Rocky Mountain's lead. This crowd just so fired up for this lead that Rocky Mountain has. It's incredible. And the cowbells. Someone just showed me a shirt. They've got shirts that say more cowbell. Nice. So, back on the floor, right back on the track, we've got Havoc taking on Smashley. Havoc for Rocky Mountain. Havoc so quick. Diminutive jammer, but very powerful. And that side-to-side action, lateral movement really pays off there. Picking up lead, but closely followed by Smashley. See, is there anything coming up? Yep, nice opportunity call off there. Grabbing 2 points. Excellent work by Havoc. This is a WFTDA recognized tournament. And the WFTA Recognized Tournament Program recognizes and supports high-quality WFTA member-hosted tournaments worldwide. While allowing for various tournament structures, the Recognized Tournament Program establishes a consistent standard for tournament officiating and games management. You can see the complete schedule of this year's WFTDA Recognized Tournaments at WFTDA.com/events. And we are so pleased that this is a recognized tournament by the WFTDA. And we hope that you are enjoying all this at home. Certainly, as mentioned, it's been an incredible tournament. Let me tell you just a little bit about that. So the first 5 games of the day were rankings upsets. And we had number 58, Jet City, beating number 57, Boulder. So 1 point different in rankings there. No big deal. And we had number 63, Sac City, taking down KCRW, ranked 54, 9-point difference in ranking. And we had Treasure Valley at 62, taking down number 56 Sacred, 6-point difference. And here's where it gets crazy. The fourth game of the day, we had number 58, Jet City, take down number 26, Tucson. Jet City beat Tucson by 90 points, and they were 32 points different in the WFTDA rankings. So that is an incredible feat right there. The next game was also amazing with number 63, Sac City, taking down number 39, No Coast. Beat them by 41 points. There was 24 points difference in them. So the amazing level of parity here at this tournament. The tournament organizers who scheduled these particular teams and put together, an amazing event, because you don't know who's going to win any of these games. Of course, in Game 6, Arizona took down Treasure Valley, which was not a rankings upset, so they kind of broke that. Well, thankfully for Rocky, they didn't want this trend to continue. Rocky being ranked 1 point ahead of Wasatch here. But a lot of game ahead of us with a score 50 for Rocky Mountain, 15 for Wasatch Roller Derby, just under 15 remaining in the first half of play. I'm Rockus Thrawn. I'm glad you're listening. And we're on the YouTube. Share that YouTube link with your friends. We'll be coming at you live all weekend. We really appreciate your support. And chime in with your comments, your shout-outs. Let us know where you're listening from in the world and who you're supporting. So that's fantastic. Now we've got Ole Chole for Wasatch jamming against Harper Bazaar. Both struggling with the defense in turn 2. But now Ole out for lead for Wasatch. Harper Bazaar out and half a track behind. Ole Chole with some good lateral movement, sees the approaching jammer, calls it off, but Rocky able to sneak in there for 4 points. Steal there on that one. 4-2 in favor of Rocky Mountain, with Wasatch having the lead call. And I'm looking over at the Rocky Mountain bench right now. There is smiles all the way down the bench. They are super stoked about this score and about this game so far. And then the wise leader veteran Coyote says, "Okay, calm down. Save some for the second half." So back to it. We've got Smashley jamming against Mars Furiosity. Smashley has lead. Gets crashed down to the floor in the far straightaway. Big cheers for the fans on that one. That was number 99, Make You Pay, making Smashley pay. Now we'll see Coyote for Rocky and Ole Chole for Wasatch. Pushing and powering in. Oh, Ole Chole hit to the ground. We'll have a high block on a Salt and Pepper. And a cut track on Ole Chole. Send her to the penalty box, and a power jam for Rocky Mountain, as if we needed the crowd to get any more excited in here. Ole Chole bounce to the outside. Coyotes still looking to get out of the pack. Initial pass, which will probably force the call off from the ground on the outside. Wasatch picks up none on that one. Excellent blocking on that far straightaway by Rocky Mountain. Now, official review on the play. That official review was called for by the Rocky Mountain coach, Necromancer. We don't have a runner here for the announcer booth, so we may never know what this the question is in play. So we'll talk about the 2017 International WFTDA Playoffs and Championships. The teams competing in this weekend's events are working to boost their rankings and qualify for the 2017 International WFTDA Playoffs this summer. Whether they're participating on the track, cheering in the stands, or watching on WFTDA.tv, WFTDA tournaments provide everyone who loves roller derby an opportunity to witness the most anticipated matchups of the year. Playoff seedings will come out on July 14th, 2017, and tickets go on sale June. Get all the information on WFTDA playoffs and championships at WFTDA.com/tournaments. I love it when they come out with the tournament selections. I travel to the tournaments every year and to the championships, and it is so exciting to see them pulling up the different locations, and the locations are phenomenal this year. And for the D2s, the Division II playoffs and championships will be in Pittsburgh and hosted by Steel City Roller Derby. And then with a new date, actually, the September 1st, the playoffs in Seattle. So it was at a different date, and now it's been moved up to September 1st to be the first D1 tournament. So make note of that for the Seattle tournament. And then September 8th through 10th, Division I playoffs in Malmo, Sweden. You heard that right. Hosted by the Crime City Rollers. Then September 22 through 24, D1s in Dallas, Texas, hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils. And then, of course, November 3rd through 5th, the event of the year, in my humble opinion, and many of yours, I'm sure, Division I championships in Philadelphia, PA, hosted by Philly Roller Derby. That is something I never miss. I've announced at 6 World Championships, WFTDA, and regardless of whether I was on the mic or not, I would not miss that event, and I suggest you don't either. So plan ahead for November 3rd to see the top teams in the world battling it out for the Hydra. I'm thinking myself of going to Pittsburgh for the D2s. That sounds like a lot of fun. And the difference with the D2s this year is they'll be the championships will be at the playoffs. So they'll have playoffs and championships both during the same weekend, whereas before they were having the playoffs and then the teams went and competed at the championships for D2 champs. So those will not be at Division I championships this year. So a difference there, but I'm liking the new tournament structure. There's less teams overall that can participate, but I think it narrows the field and makes for some very interesting roller derby. And we are back. Ole Chole jamming for Wasatch. Havoc now lead for Rocky Mountain. We'll see Ole Chole in the penalty box And Havoc just creating havoc in there in the pack on this power jam. Rocky Mountain continuing to dominate. Havoc with another loop, grabbing 5 more. 10-point jam so far. Approaching the pack with Wasatch at the back, powers in and calls it off. Wow, way to punch through the pack there for Havoc. Gets a big high five from the coach. 14-point jam for Havoc. 68 points for Rocky Mountain so far. 17 for Wasatch Roller Derby. 10 minutes remaining in the first half. In this jam we have Smash. Only Rip'n Rooster's second jam. Smashley now with a cut track in the penalty box. So another power jam for Rocky Mountain. Rip'n Rooster getting no help right now from Rocky Mountain. If I would suggest diving in there and getting some offense. This is a penalty killing defense that'll also wear your jammer down. The position that she's in right now is not advantageous to continuing to skate. But Rip'n Rooster nonetheless gets through. And Smashley out of the box as well. Smashley jumped a little apex jump for the initial pass. And coach is calling for the call off. And 6 points up for Rocky Mountain on that one. Wasatch with only 17 thus far. Jeff Montgomery chiming in, saying hi from Omaha, everyone. Go Rocky. Oh, Jill. Sorry, Jill. And so on the floor, we've got Carpe Jugulum and Mars Furiosity. Carpe Jugulum keeps taking that outside line, but this time it is successful. Picks up lead on Carpe Jugulum's first jam of the game. So, first time they broke that 3-jammer rotation, and successful for them. Carpe Jugulum getting knocked around, but making some progress on the front end. Like that can opener move, kind of twisting into the blockers and off of them, but bumped out of bounds and recycled way back. Mars is out on the initial pass now. Stop the damage on this one. Big knockdown blocks on the play. That was twice on that play. That Love Hurts putting the hurt on the jammer. $74 Rocky Mountain, 22 Wasatch. 6.5 minutes. Cody dancing down the line. Wow, that was magical. Just toe stop, tip of the toe stop, left foot, dancing down the line and picks up lead. He's taken one pass into the pack, and now no sense in calling it off now, as the other jammer's already gotten into the pack and scored points. Both jammers going to score on that one 3 points. That's the only problem with the cowbells is that they can't hear the coach screaming, "Call it," over here. So. So Havoc for Rocky, Smashley for Wasatch. Havoc, that lateral movement just devastating, and that speed now along the outside and underneath the oncoming block lead for Rocky Mountain. Havoc picking up 4. It's going to continue this jam. No, call it off. So 4 points picked up by Havoc. 81-25 in favor of Rocky Mountain in red. Here we go with Carpe Jugulum and Harper Bazaar. Both tied up behind tripods. Tripods crushing together in the far straightaway. That's going to be a lead call for Harper Bazaar. The jammer cap to Suki Slaphouse. Suki now through and in scoring position. Approaching the pack slowly. Now getting some offensive help in sequence. I always think in these situations you've got to give your jammer some help when you can. You attack, hold him back, and then jump in and attack as the jammer gets up there. Four points for Harper Bazaar. 11 seconds left in the jam. Able to pick up another pass for 5 points as Suki was trapped on the other side. But Suki does pick up 5. 9-5 jam in favor of Rocky Mountain with 91 over Wasatch 30. Well, it looks like we may have no more upsets today. Of course, with 61 points, that is certainly doable. We're still in the first half, almost done with the first half. It's gone by so quickly. Furious action. Mars Furiosity, but now it's Ole Chole for lead. Mars Furiosity trying to chase her down, but I think Ole Chole is going to try and get in there and snatch a couple before calling it off with a spin. One minute left in the first half of play. Very impressed with the play of Mars Furiosity here today. And here we've got Coyote and Smashley. Both trying to take that inside line. It's going to be Coyote kind of sneaking through behind the opposing jammer. That is a strategy. They want to let their own jammer through. And they're sneaking through again behind the backs. That was nice work by Coyote. 15 seconds left on the period clock, but I think we will start another jam here. Or maybe not. So that's intermission. And grab yourself a cold drink. All right, folks, I've just received news that we will be changing some settings and starting a new stream for the second half. Please check the Rocky channel for the new stream after this half ends. Well, that's now. The danger.